Looks like we're live. Let's remove that. Alrighty. Thanks for jumping on the stream or the recording. Pouring with rain outside. It's freezing. That's why I've got this hoodie on. We're in spring and it's freezing. That's so typical of New Zealand. Let's have a look at our painting. Spending must be about 3 weeks on the dress alone. So top part's looking quite good. There's a little bit more work to do down here, but when you stand back at a distance, it's not so bad. Sometimes when you look at something close up and in bright light, so I've got studio light on as well, it'll look quite different from how it will hang on a wall. So everything's a little lighter at the moment in the painting, and that'll change when it's on a wall. But for today, I'm going to be focusing on the hair. Now there's highlights on her dress and on his arm as the light's coming down. And if I just bring up that reference photo again, so a bigger version of it, you'll see in his hair, side of his face, top of her forehead, and in her hair there's those highlights, and that's what I want to try and capture. We might not get all there today, but we'll make a start. Because the painting's about 90% finished now, it's all the adjustments that need to be made. So we'll crack on. I haven't got my headphones on today. Well, I might show you. I got myself a new pencil sharpener. So I'm always looking for new pencil sharpeners. And I just got this one in. It's arrived today. I got it off AliExpress. I could get them in country, but they were selling them in packs of like 6 to a pack, and for like $80. It was a bit ludicrous actually, because they're so cheaply made. It's just a little metal plate that feels like sandpaper, and it's ready for sharpening the points, particularly of when I've had to use the knife to sharpen my pencil. And this little thing can sort of clip on to your painting, and then you can, oh, you can't see up there. It'll clip onto your painting, and then as you're going you can do a bit of sharpening, and then if you want to reuse the pastel, it's got this little catch thing, a little holder, so if the pastel dust, the pigment, you can pull it out with something and put it back on if you're really stingy, as most pastelists are. You know, I thought that was an interesting wee thing to get. I've been my main pencil sharpener has just given up. It was a little Derwent, and it's grinding my my pastels too hard, and they're breaking. And pastel being very soft, it's very easy to break it, and then it's really sad. Let's bring up the picture for me so I can see what I'm doing. So we've got some interesting sort of things going on over here, different directions of how the hair is going to be. So I might just zoom in so you get a better view of what I'm going to be working on. Overall, the painting's turning out quite well. I'm fairly fairly happy with it. Got to adjust a little bit around his nose. So, like I said, the painting's about 90% done, and the hair I need to finish blocking in today if I can. Change my glasses. Put on my painting specs. There we go. And typically, I immediately start looking at it over the lens, so I'm just seeing it with my eye. Beats the purpose of having these things. There we go. That's life. I don't have much pastel on at the moment in this section, so it will be a bit grabby. Okay. I like using blue for my darks. Okay. Which way is that going? Right. It's Wild West. What's things going on with the hair? Normally I don't leave the hair quite this long in the piece, but I really got bogged down and on that dress. It was quite the experience, and probably one of the hardest things that I think I've painted. Just so many cloth folds going on. I want that mark at all. Blend you out. So I've got 51 days left before um, the arts trail starting. 51, that's lots of time, right? I don't have to be panicking. part of me's really starting to scream and go, got enough done. I just bought a whole ton of frames. So I've got frames everywhere around my desk. I got 5 small ones for sort of 30 by 40. So that's an A3. And those ones are going to just be where I frame it right to the edge. So sometimes I'll in fact, all my pastel paintings are framed right to the edge. But I've also got some frames for putting art prints in, because I want to be selling some of those as well, or making them available. I mean, ideally I want to sell them, because artists cannot live on pastel alone. David? And I've decided to leave the bulk of her here, as I've done it in pastel, because that's working for me. You need to get some individual hairs going. Is it not right? Here's one of those things where it's very easy to get intimidated by it. I want to get darkness on that now top of her head. And we'll use same sort of darkeners I've used elsewhere on here. Black. Mixing in magenta, blues, bulk her out a little bit. But you can also get a nice black with magenta and green. This is a dark violet. That base going. Get some bolder. Oops. And once it's mapped out, yeah, so once you kind of got your areas mapped, then you can come back in and put lights on. Now some artists prefer go um, light to dark, and sometimes I do that. Clearly not today. What's that green I hit? Where are you hiding? Really dark green. It's my dark blue. Here it is. As well. Now I've got to get some, it's almost like a sky hole, but it's a water hole around here. Here as well. A bit darker because it's a bit purpley. Okay. Now we need to find something a bit golden. Focus, maybe. Which ones? No, that's okay. A bit darker. Where's that bin? Never mind. I'll find it later. Starting to get there. Probably doesn't look like it, but I know it's starting to get there. I'll just few lights. Light up the way for me. Where they stop drawing straight lines. That's what I need to do. Ooh. Getting voice thing. that dark blue we need. What's to happen in the right colour? Right. Well, I don't know how entertaining that was to watch, but it'll look a lot better once I've started blending it all in. I think I'm going to have to do is knock it all back. Brush. Um, the weight's still not there. This needs to be much heavier and tangled in here. Light and fluffy up here. Something going on over here. More bulk. Needs more bulk. So that's what I'll do, but I'll do that off stream because I'm at a stage where I need a cup of tea. Just to zoom out though, just so you can see. So it's a process of blocking it in. And until the lights are starting to come on in here though. Let me just attach my glasses so I can see better. There. Yeah, so the lights are starting to come on in here. I've got to unify them more with what's going on down here. And it just looks like random pencil marks at the moment, but that'll all blend in nicely. I mean, the rest has worked, so the hair's going to work, right? And that's just, you've just got to trust the process. Too worried about it's not sort of appearing. That just means it's going to need more time. The painting will appear when it's ready. And if it doesn't, just keep working at it. It's my sage advice for today. If it's not working, just keep at it. It'll sort itself out. Don't worry. Right, so if you've watched on the replay, hopefully at 2 times speed, that'll be fine. Then thanks so much for coming along and joining in. Until next time, I hope you have a very